Let us start with the big picture before we jump into individual features. Spring Boot 4 feels like one of those releases where the platform is clearly moving forward in two directions at once. On one side, it modernizes the baseline. On the other, it adds features that developers and platform teams can use right away. That matters because major framework upgrades can sometimes feel abstract. You hear that dependencies changed, internal defaults changed, and a few things were deprecated. But Boot 4 is more tangible than that. It adds cleaner outbound HTTP client support, first-class API versioning, a dedicated OpenTelemetry starter, new testing support with RestTestClient, messaging improvements like JmsClient, and operational additions around health and SSL visibility. So the goal of this walkthrough is not just to list features. It is to explain what these additions mean when you are building real backend services and deciding whether this release is worth paying attention to. A big part of the Spring Boot 4 story is not a flashy annotation or a new starter by itself. It is the fact that the framework is setting a more modern baseline for applications and for the surrounding ecosystem. That matters more than people sometimes realize. When a major framework version stays tied to older assumptions for too long, every team ends up carrying little compatibility hacks in its build, plugins, and internal templates. A clean major release gives the ecosystem room to move. It tells library maintainers, platform teams, and service owners what the new center of gravity is. So even if your application does not use every single Boot 4 feature immediately, the baseline shift still matters. It makes future upgrades cleaner, it reduces the friction of keeping multiple services aligned, and it gives teams more confidence that they are building on the line the framework intends to support going forward rather than simply extending old patterns indefinitely. One of the clearest concrete upgrades in the release notes is Gradle 9 support. At first glance, that sounds like the kind of feature only build engineers care about. But in practice, it reaches much further than that. In real teams, build tooling versions affect CI behavior, dependency plugin compatibility, organization-wide templates, and how confidently you can keep your stack current. If your framework version lags behind your preferred build tool version, every upgrade turns into negotiation. Platform teams hesitate, application teams wait, and everybody starts treating modernization as a risky event instead of normal maintenance. Boot 4 reducing that friction is valuable. It means teams that want to move with current Gradle support have a better path, and it means organizations that manage many services can align their build conventions with less fragmentation. So yes, this is not the most dramatic feature in the release, but it is one of the most useful if you care about predictable engineering operations and healthy build pipelines. Now we get to one of the features many developers will immediately care about: support around HTTP service clients. Modern backend systems spend a lot of time calling other services. That means every team eventually faces the same trade-off. Do we hand-build outbound calls again and again, or do we create a cleaner typed abstraction for those remote contracts? Boot 4 leans into the cleaner path by supporting the HTTP service client style introduced in the broader Spring stack. The practical value is that your client code can become more declarative and easier to reason about. Instead of every integration looking like a custom block of request building logic, the shape of the remote contract becomes more explicit. That is good for readability, good for standardization, and good for teams trying to keep a large code base from drifting into many slightly different client patterns. It also makes the framework feel more aligned with how developers want to represent service contracts today: typed, consistent, and less cluttered with repetitive transport code. API versioning support is one of the most strategically important additions in Boot 4. Lots of teams version APIs already, but they often do it with homegrown conventions that vary from one service to the next. One team uses URL paths. Another team uses headers. Another bakes special branching logic into controllers and hopes documentation keeps up. Over time, That creates inconsistency and makes it harder to reason about compatibility. Boot for bringing versioning support into the framework story is valuable because it pushes teams toward a more deliberate model. And that matters more than it sounds. API evolution is not just about code elegance. It affects rollout safety, backwards compatibility, client trust, partner adoption, and how confidently you can change behavior without breaking old integrations. So even if you already have versioning in some form, the existence of first-class support is still meaningful. It says this is a normal framework concern now, not something every organization should reinvent from scratch in a slightly different way. Observability is another strong theme in Spring Boot 4, especially with the new OpenTelemetry starter. That is a meaningful addition because observability is rarely hard in just one place. The real difficulty is getting many services to look consistent enough that dashboards, traces, and operational workflows feel unified. If each team configures telemetry differently, platform teams and SREs pay the cost later. A dedicated starter helps because it lowers the activation energy for doing the standard thing. Instead of every service spending more effort on manual setup, the framework can shoulder more of that burden. That makes tracing easier to adopt, metrics easier to align, and production behavior easier to understand as a portfolio rather than as isolated apps. In other words, this is not just a convenience feature for a single code base. It is a scalability feature for organizations that want observability to become part of the platform contract rather than a per-team customization exercise. Some of the most valuable Boot 4 changes are not glamorous feature announcements. They are operational improvements that make production systems easier to understand. The release notes call out additions in areas like health visibility and SSL-related support, and those details matter a lot in real incident response. When a dependency is partially failing, when certificates are rotating, or when environment behavior changes between staging and production, teams need more than a generic up or down status. They need useful context. Better health and SSL insight reduce the amount of guesswork required to explain why a service is misbehaving. And if you have ever been in a production call where an issue turned out to be a certificate problem, an obscure downstream health state, or an environmental mismatch, you know how expensive missing visibility can be. So this chapter is a reminder that framework quality is not only about developer ergonomics. It is also about how well the runtime tells you what is happening when things are not okay. Boot 4 also includes additions that matter more to infrastructure-heavy services than to simple CRUD applications. JmsClient is one example, giving messaging-oriented applications a cleaner programming surface. Task decoration is another, and it is worth pausing on because asynchronous code is where useful context often gets lost. Once work moves into executors, teams start asking the same questions. Did the trace context come along? Did the security context come along? Did the correlation identifier survive? When the framework supports a clearer task decoration model, those concerns become easier to handle consistently. That is the recurring Boot 4 theme again: fewer ad hoc patterns, more framework-supported ways to do common infrastructure work. And that matters because the most painful bugs in distributed systems often come from the seams between business logic and infrastructure behavior rather than from the obvious happy path code in controllers. Not every important feature in a major release has to dominate the headlines. Boot 4 also improves the developer experience in smaller but still meaningful ways. Kotlin serialization support is a good example. If your team builds Kotlin services, that kind of integration quality matters because it affects how natural the framework feels instead of how much translation work developers must do themselves. The release notes also mention configuration metadata improvements for external types, and that may sound niche, but it fits a broader pattern. Better metadata means better tooling behavior, better clarity in configuration-driven applications, and fewer rough edges when you build on top of the framework instead of only using the most basic defaults. So while these features may not become the centerpiece of a conference talk, they matter over the lifespan of a code base. They reduce friction, improve consistency, and make the framework feel more polished for a wider range of real-world teams. Let us close with the testing story and the overall meaning of the release. Boot 4 adds RestTestClient, which strengthens the framework's approach to testing HTTP behavior in a modern way. And that is a fitting final feature, because it completes the pattern we have seen throughout this walkthrough. Spring Boot 4 is not about one isolated trick. It is about making multiple common backend concerns cleaner at the same time. Build modernization gets easier with Gradle 9 support. Service-to-service calls get cleaner with HTTP service clients. API evolution gets more deliberate with versioning support. Observability gets easier to standardize with the OpenTelemetry starter. Production operations improve with health and SSL-related visibility. Infrastructure code benefits from JmsClient and task decoration. Kotlin and configuration experience improve. Testing improves too. So if you ask me for the simplest summary, it would be this: Boot 4 looks like a practical release for teams that want a more modern, more consistent, and more production-aware Spring application platform. That is why it is worth learning, even before every team upgrades immediately.